versus Oplano, Red Canids, and Windingo, I have to give the edge here to Fluxo.
I agree. I think you have to give the edge to them just because of the caliber of opponent they've been playing, the hot streak they've been on, even if they don't look like they're on a hot streak now. It just feels like they have the better training, they've played the better teams, and they should have the advantage as a result. However, if INTZ know how to play this map, they can definitely steal it away. We saw exactly such a case on Ancient where they stole it away from Fluxo. To see what their game plan is here on the CT side. We have dualies for Leo Monster, Kevlar, no kit, a little bit of utility, and one set of utility for the T side as well. Straight play towards B is the name of the game. Lukowski finds the first. W1 with so much trouble does eventually find one. DSM, however, finds the trade. That's the B site cracked wide open. And Leo Monster trying to entry and trying to find inroads finds no such luck. Neither does Bob's. It's just Lub. He's down towards Secret. He's been spotted, and with 4 players against him, it seems like a near impossible situation. He'll pass the first trial. Bomb is down towards A, though. Seems like Lub has read this. He's rotating up through Secret, finding a second. Not quite. Not with the same ease as he found the first. This one he's already transitioning to an exit game, dancing with death. As it is going to be a first round for Fluxo.
Just what kind of damage can Lub do on his way out? He's dancing around credit cards, caught by one, spotted by the next, finished off by history. And that round will be history in the end. Fluxo, good start. T-side pistol round victory. Very good pistol rounds against 9Z earlier on this map. In fact, they won both, only managing 8 rounds out of the entire thing. So until Fluxo get 9 rounds, I'm still going to be a little dubious about their overall success on this map, Nate. That first matchup, it's definitely left a scar for me on this Fluxo nuke.
Definitely has. No doubts there. Again, it doesn't feel like they're playing to their normal level, so to entertain any and every possibility in this third and final against INTZ. It is a scrappy buy from the CT side, and it does work out thus far. Leo Monster spams away one behind the smoke. Bob is pushing behind, finds a second. VSM and Lukowski do eventually get trades. It's still only an even 3v3. Woody finds the timing onto Lub up towards Mini. That opens up the A site. That does give an opportunity to Fluxo, but the Scout of Desh 1 and 2 tags down Woody on the Mac 10. We're again at even footing. Fluxo oscillating between the two, will go down the vents now to look towards B. Is the right call? Is there anybody down below? Doesn't seem like it. Should be a free plant. This round has already been costly for the T side.
It's already been costly, and a chance to be utterly awful. I mean, if they lose this round, it's a big blow. But INTZ are pulling an Inferno, Nate. They're doing their Inferno strat.
Classic save. I mean, they have Kevlar. This is an unacceptable save, okay? It's not worst case scenario like Inferno was, where they just saved and saved and saved and just didn't move, just rooted up wherever they were playing and went from there. This makes sense. They get a Galil in W1's hands. They keep the Scout with the Kevlar for Desh. It makes next round scary, especially when you consider the fact that Fluxo didn't save a lot either.
Fluxo have to be aware of the saved guns. They should be ready to face more stiff resistance than they did coming into this round, as they kind of got caught with their pants down. Fluxo able to buy up fully, though. Maybe a Mac 10 or 2 scattered around, but they should have a strong buy nonetheless. Phelps on the Galil. Lukowski on the Galil. VSM on an AK. Just the Scout and the Galil. 5-7 and a Deagle for INTZ. Leo with armor on that 5-7. That could be a bit dangerous. The USP up close and personal. The 5-7 on Tetris does a little bit of damage to Lukowski, getting him right in the quad. It's an A pop from Fluxo from the looks of things, and a very aggressive posturing against what they know is going to be a bit of a rough buy. 5-7 through the smoke, picks off Lukowski. He just sits there the entire time and eventually gets domed. Doesn't really move out of it. Good trade from Phelps. That's only on the Bobs. Love and Leo still trying to get this one back as the A-pop is still on by Fluxo. Finally, they abort. Finally, they go the other direction. A long time coming, and Desh is ready to tag and bag with the scout. He lets it fly. Wallbang tags onto a couple of players, and
so much damage.
They don't need to fight him. They don't need to fight him here.
That's all the players on full HP tagged down. He got the kill into VSM, and the remaining are all on 29. Very squishy for these pistols. Leo Monster domes Woody for a little bit of extra flair. Wasn't required, but it gets it through nonetheless. Phelps out the door. Will find one. In the meanwhile, that player's pressed forward and found a rifle.
And
Galil and AK versus Galil, AK, and Deagle. And yeah, the bomb is dropped as well. Fluxo, sure, they have this positioning, but they don't have the precious piece of cargo, and they're running out of time as well. Looks like INTZ might have found a way onto the board.
Phelps recovers the objective, but there's players all around him. He gets one and only one. Fluxo, over-aggressive, overzealous. And problems we saw for them on Ancient and in the entire series against 9Z, costing them here on Nuke as well. That's a round where they realistically should have had in the bag. They met that kind of resistance on A. All right. Leave some presence, abort, go down ramp. Oh, there's a scout here? He's tagged 3 of us? Why doesn't the last healthy guy go peeking? Why don't we just dive down ramp, clear the site, get the site down, get the bomb down, and play posts? Nope. Face the scout, die to the scout, go back to A, die to the pistols. Fluxo, it almost seems like they're trying to do the opposite of what they would normally do, so teams don't get a read on them for the major.
This is one big psyop. Some that word around too many times in the case of Fluxo. Club finds the opening. Good trade from VSM. This is an investment from the T side as well. It's a scrappy one. Lukowski's on Kevlar Glock. He must have dropped his rifle over to a fallen gun. Or picked up a fallen gun, yeah. W1 finds a parting gift. VSM, good trade. E-site cracked open. Lukowski lurking around ramp. Could find something by sitting in this corner. It's going to be difficult with only a Glock, but it is possible.
History. This round's history. Lukowski. Knife out and not the Glock, working his way in towards A. Grabs the Deagle instead. VSM has that AK. Up the ladder. And on towards the A site for Fluxo. Lukowski. No free lunch. He'll make some noise up on scaffolding. Desh holding in towards Hut. Op in hand. Lub coming through as well. Bomb plant's nice, but not good enough for Fluxo. VSM loses the AK. Foot spotted. Lukowski's dead. Bucked off a Mustang. We're all tied at 2. INTZ. Just cutting the lead from Fluxo down very early on. This is a bit of a concern for Fluxo right now, and it's still very early, yes, but the problem signs are there again. The same issues we saw on Ancient, the same issues we saw on Nuke and then Mirage. Fluxo, their only real passable map has been Inferno.
And even then, it wasn't that passable. Just them playing as a team that didn't really have the strap, right? They've not been playing to the level we should be expecting of them. It definitely has me worried for them going forward. Even if they win this, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, neither 9Z nor 00 Nation are going to go down without a fight.
No, certainly not.
That's a nice return from VSM. But it really does also seem like it's VSM and then everybody else, too. Like, VSM's going around doing things, hitting heads, and nobody else can really do much. Phelps has been very quiet. Lukowski, that's a nice deagle shot into Love. 3v3. Good amount of damage for Fluxo. Lukowski comes up with another one. Woody eliminated by Leo. Desh, he's here around towards Mini as well. Swaps to the rifle. That's a very good call. Doesn't want to get caught up close in person with an op in hand. Bomb to be recovered. Brought probably back towards A. Leo clearing up through a ramp. Might catch Lukowski, though, especially if he wants to run in towards B. Where's Lukowski going? Where is Lukowski going? Oh, Desh has been spotted, but VSM not going to make the move. Leo's on the hunt. Leo's on the flank. He's on the prowl. Perfect stalking from Leo. Primed and ready to pounce. He does just that. Excellent work from Leo.
Reining things back in. VSM should know he's around here. It's planted for him, but they're not looking. Dash lines up the smoke is caught. VSM, though, stuck his neck out a little too far, and so he'll be traded. Leo finds that. Again, these rounds have been scrappy. They've been expensive for INTZ, but they're consistent victories. That's what's important. Third on the board. They take away the lead. Fluxo, though, do have a buy on the horizon. I think they should use a pause here because they have not looked confident. Talk out their game plan, talk out a strategy, and look to put a third on the board.
They narrowly missed out on winning a third round in that last one. That should have been a Fluxo round given how it all went down. And it almost was. Came down to a 1v1, a severely costly round for INTZ to lose. That's going to cause them to dip down into their bank account significantly. No op-out for history. Fluxo got a Molotov in for top putt, though. Lukowski hitting the jump up towards Marsh. Phelps clearing out her yard. No contact yet from either side. No real HEs tossed in towards damaging positions from the INTZ side either. Deep smoke wall, though, and the spam. This is where things can get a little messy. And Fluxo used a third smoke to cover a potential gap. Shadow shows. Bobs gets a free pick onto Phelps just walking into garage.
Big opening to find. The remaining players will try to cross towards Secret. Woody backdoor will find one. INTZ have so much control here. Woody has to win the duels outright if he wants to keep his team in it. He will. A second secured while he's lurking over towards the lobby. In the meanwhile, the bulk of this take is towards Secret. There's a player down below, but how much can Lub do here? That's the question. Probably not too much. In fact, Fluxo, so say they're going towards A with that vent press, but no, they're going back down. Desh is here as well. Can the op catch them crossing? Oh, smoke masquerades it, and VSM actually peeking out. No fear. Again, a tremendous constant for Fluxo throughout the day. Does yield one. Bobs will find Woody at long last, but in the 2 versus 3, is it possible? Doesn't seem like it. Already calling the save. Lukowski beginning the hunt. Lub is just lurking in the back hall, though. No one's pressured him. Don't worry about it. We'll find one onto VSM trying to save the op, but now he's stuck behind enemy lines. Lub spots one. Nice shot from him. Time is too far gone, though. They already were dead set on the save, and so the round will go the way of Fluxo. Gauzy won't find anything on the exit. Actually, he's trying to race it down. He's trying to drop that op. He's going to go for it. An expensive hunt, and he won't find it. Saved by the tick. Saved by the timer. The op will stay alive, and we're back at a tied ball game.
Tie game again, and Fluxo finally getting on the board after narrowly missing out a couple of times on less than ideal buys. They get back on the board here, and they're going to try and push their way on forward. Galil for Phelps. Everybody else on AKs, but utility not great for Fluxo. INTZ still the stronger buy, but down to the bottom of their own economy. That op for Desh is something to be feared, especially if he lands the opening pick. Lukowski run into by Bobs, though. Team flash coming in. Desh with another on the op. Leo and Lub with 2. That's a clean mop-up, fast and furious. 19 seconds into the round, and it's all done and dusted. INTZ back on the board, back with a lead. Fluxo get murdered outside.
It was the fast plays that gave Fluxo some brief moments of respite on Ancient. Not the case on Nuke. INTZ are a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more in their own element, and they can safely shut those down, resoundingly so. And they swing the advantage back in their favor. It's going to be a scrappy investment from Fluxo. 2 Tech 9s, a Deagle, a pair of rifles, one of them being a Galil. Top of Desh in the outside yard, and its stomping grounds will split the goalpost through the smoke. Question is, what can Fluxo do with this early control?
They can run down the stairs to B, but Leo's down in the tunnels waiting for them to come his direction. He's tossing some utility, backing away. spots the head, doesn't take the shot though. Way too late on that one. Has to reposition around the silo. Has W1 coming through as well to help out. Leo, first contact, lets him go by. Good idea to be a stealth pilot here. Fluxo, spinning their wheels out, trying to get on towards the site. Mulling around in tunnels. Good angle from Leo, though. Spots him around the smoke. Has Phelps dead to rights as well. One more. No history shuts him down, but W1 has taken up the position. VSM trades 3v2, becoming expensive now for INTZ. And Fluxo still a chance to get that bomb down. Woody waiting for a play like Bob's, and Woody wins that out with a Tech 9. Opportunity now for Fluxo, although Woody is low. One-shot territory. VSM, full HP back silo. Lub closing, dash with the finish. And Woody, what can he do from this position? He has a backstab on one. If he gets the timing right, he does. Almost miffs it, but he can't get Dash, who drops down and sends him under.
What a peak coming in from the op. Aggressive, assertive, and it does work out. But the issue is all of these rounds for INTZ have been scrappy and expensive. They got that one resounding shutout, sure. Fluxo gave that one away by pressing in towards A little bit too early. But when it comes down to those back and forth rounds, to those actual victories, INTZ, a lot of them have been costly. 4 players fall there. Sure, they'll get an investment now, but it does not do wonders for their economy. In fact, quite a few players are quite low. Leo Monster, W1, both below 1,000. Bob's below 2K. They need to use a round like this, a half buy from Fluxo, to build that economy back up. It's pistols across the board. Leo Monster finds the opening. W1 doesn't want to stick around. He wants to play a more favorable spot, but the op of Dash is silenced. VSM on the Deagle. Nice one to get range back towards Hell. Lukowski picking up the op, doesn't waste a second, finding a second. And now things get awkward. Things get scary. Lub silences VSM, sure, but we're only at even footing. And Lukowski still has the big green in hand. It's going to be an A play. INTZ spotted already. One for Woody. The second to be expected, no. Back to 2v2. The op tags Lub, and he exchanges fire. Still, even footing anybody's round.
Anybody's round, but it might just be a save from INTZ. We'll see if they really want to commit to this here. Looks like they are going to try and go for something. Lukowski has the backstab opportunity. Goes for it, connects the first, last man alive. What can Love do? Spotted. He's surely dead sooner or later. Might just be best off to save. He'll bail out. He'll back away. An attempt to keep that M4 in the hand, but over top, he's got a hunter. A Tech 9 into the open, goes down. Love should stay alive now. But 5-4 now the score. Fluxo keeping it close.
Very close, very contentious as well. None of these rounds are free for either team. We do have a tactical coming in for INTZ. They need to talk out their buy. They are going to go for the investment. We're going to make a lot of concessions here. Bob's has the M4. Dash has an op. Love, of course, has his M4. It's a better buy than I would have expected. You have an MP9 being dropped to Leo, which is a little bit less than ideal. Actually, it's dropped to W1. Leo has only a 5.7. So there's only 3 rifles, one of them being an op, 2 of them being M4s, and an MP9 and a 5.7 to round out the buy. They do have good utility. They do have a kit on Lub. So they do cover all of their bases. They need to play wisely. They need to put W1 and Leo in solid spots, in solid close range spots, if they want a chance in round number 10.
Going to be an interesting one for INTZ. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure. No early contact just yet. Trophy control for BSM, looking to get a spam kill. Plenty of spam kills from... It's definitely helped them out. Phelps working outside, looking for a pick. Trying to get the work done. Get some opening. Get this to a tie ball game.
Bob's just spotting though. Back credit card. So just slowly pressuring, slowly using the utility. Time with everything. Bobs has gone inside towards Mini, and this flank is going to be so important. Bobs turns around at the right time, wins the duel versus Phelps. That is a very big victory for INTZ. It's the first of many. They need more. This MP9 up close at ramp has a boatload of players coming, and the op of Dash does not land. W1 up close. He'll find one. The second, not meant to be, but he does the damage. The op of Dash will get away, happy with the advantage secured from his teammate. Fluxo are going to continue down towards B, smoke towards Decon. Lub, though, is lurking in towards control. Doesn't look like he'll be cleared either. Plant. Forthcoming. There we go. Finally putting the bomb to dirt. Mukauzi lurking over towards elbows. Expected Desh finds that. The planter taken down by Lub. Leaves just History, the ramp player, in a 1 versus 4. He has the P250 out. He can't find the head, though. Lub finds the kill. That is a convincing victory, and a much-needed one at that, in favor of INTZ.
Much needed, very convincing. Exactly what the doctor ordered for INTZ. Keeping up ahead of Fluxo, because the other thing is, Nate, when you look at their T-side statistic, it is not great. Only 44% win rate on the T-side of Nuke is far from ideal. And INTZ need to find a way to give themselves a chance when it goes over to half number 2. Because if it's too much of a disparate score, there's not going to be anything they can do. So we'll see what they can manage, if they can manage anything at all. Outside control, fast play from Fluxo, diving down, bobs out towards credit card, sprays down the first, goes for the second, and he does pick that one up as well. Support from W1, only able to get one. His History caught by Bobs. Leo there for another. That's a pretty fast, easy 7th round on the board for INTZ, but it was against the half buy, although this one won't necessarily be a full buy from Fluxo regardless. Issues are rising now on this T side. If INTZ somehow get to 10, that is where things get very messy and dangerous for Fluxo, considering the importance of that pistol round.
That's where things get a little bit dicey for Fluxo. And given the last 2 rounds, INTZ are fast on their way to it. 2 convincing round victories there with only 1 player falling in each. It's a half buy for Fluxo here and now. Tech 9s, Eagles, 1 solitary Mac 10. And then aggressive play out towards A. Leo Monster spamming while Blind finds 1. Bob's a second, a third for Lub. And it's looking like another convincing one for the CT side. Bob's Deagle in hand is looking for a penultimate. He finds it through the wall. It's just History. To find this round, to find the 1 versus 5 would definitely make history. And Bob's through the door, double dinks him with the spam to add insult to injury. 8-4, and INTZ now 3 convincing victories in a row. Does miracles for the economy, miracles for the confidence, and it really establishes their lead in this first half.
But the half's not over yet, Nate. There still is opportunity for Fluxo to come back into it. 6 rounds on the T side would not be shabby. 7 would be fantastic. They have the Galils, they have the AKs, they have a good amount of util. Another fast Molotov towards top hut with a retreat to throw some outer yard smokes. But Fluxo, they've had a pretty set default, and it has here. Phelps takes some damage as the outer yard deep smokes fall down. There's a big gap. I'm sure that's known by Fluxo. And I like this rotation by Bobs, getting it away. He's done it. Phelps is in. Woody's down. And Bobs has caught Phelps lurking in towards Mini. Bobs will now retreat and spray away onto the secret squeaky players. But Lub only able to get 1. History with a big one. W1 up on top, down to a 1v1. As History gets that bomb to dirt. Desh 1v1 on the op against his compatriot on the opposition. 5-7 in hand, not a bad idea. And History is looking back towards HUD. He's in the right angle. Spam not going to connect. Op back out. Miss shot. Nade out. Desh down. Fluxo with a 5th. Big 1v1 victory for History. And a big round for Fluxo. Stop the bleeding a little bit. Get to at least 5. Look for 6. And if you win that one, the money on INTZ might just find itself in a very awkward spot.
It's not a run I expected them to win. That play from Bob out in the yard, specifically so important, so critical. Dropping Phelps again. He's the heavy hitter for this Fluxo squad, and he's at the bottom of the scoreboard at only 4 kills. He's been mitigated. His risk, his aggression has been called out time and time again. Very well done from INTZ. But Fluxo good on the trades, and again, a little bit of that individual skill throughout the roster shining through in that one. INTZ changing things up, a new look for the CT side, and I love it. Bob's all the way out, down below, towards Africa. Surely he goes unexpected here. Surely he goes uncleared. Phelps walking up again. Appears to potentially be a casualty of the round. No, he clears it. Drops Bobs, finds an upgrade. And that is a second now secured. Fluxo finding a second wind and looking to make this a competitive and contentious first half.
6 rounds would be great. 7 still a possibility, especially with the economic doldrums INTZ would face should they lose this round. Leo flashed away, backs off, goes back towards stairs, but up the stairs and in towards A. It looks like INTZ are going to be pressured. Fluxo clearing around. Lub not going to be watched for. Lets him run by. Gets a lineup for 3. Massive read by Lub. The bomb at his feet. Caught by History, but Dash on sight now looking for a cross. Leg on the jump onto Woody. A lineup and another, but History another 1v1 opportunity, this time against Leo Monster. Outer yard watching the bomb. Leo gets the kill. History goes down. 9 rounds to INTZ. Very expensive, but a victory is huge. Make sure the worst case scenario is a 9-6 half, which would not be bad at all. It's solid for both sides, realistically, which isn't great for Fluxo. But INTZ, more than enough here. Going to try and get this 10th on the board. Establish a stranglehold on Fluxo, who are on Tech 9s, Deagles, and Galils. Not a single AK-47. And utility bit sparse on Lukowski. Only 1 Molotov here. Already expended. Far from ideal for Fluxo. And that nade does so much damage. Bob's around outside. Backs away as Phelps crosses in towards Secret Stairs. Should be a player down there already. More nade damage to harass the Fluxo side. Lub on the stairs looking to knock somebody down. Bobs drops down the vents. And Phelps waits for his teammates to continue their incursion of the B site. Bob's gun barrel sprayed down by Lukowski, but here comes Lub. Bomb drops to his feet. He has a flash to use. W1's helped him out. And Leo catches another. Dash with 1 more. VSM alone and outside. Nothing he can do as he falls down. It's a 10-5 half as INTZ maintain a stranglehold.
10-5 half. INTZ make a bloody first 15 rounds. Theirs 10-5 is the scoreline. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and we do have half number 2 upon us. It's Glocks and Utility for the T side. Dualies and no kit. Actually, there is a kit. One set of dualies, one kit for Woody on the CT side, and Aggression Outdoor is the name of the game for INTZ. Lukowski finds the opening. W1 finds the trade on the one. Phelps throw through the smoke, answers in kind. It's back and forth, but it favors the CT side thus far. And the player having history taps away, but to no avail. No kills found. Smoke has subsided, and VSM seizes the day, finding the first, leaving just W1 in the 1v3. Taps away the first with the crossfire established with the bomb as well. Makes things very difficult for W1 in the clutch.
Very difficult indeed for W1. No bomb. Has time, but minimal HP. Phelps and VSM on the other side of things. The bomb in front of many. Very good crossfire established between these two players as well. W1 walking out. Spots the first, long range with the Glock, not going to connect. Looks for more, has Phelps on a plate, but he goes down the fence with the bomb on his back. He's got time. He could even work his way all the way back up the ramp towards A, but he's just going to stick the back silo plant. Pincer coming through, one through single door. VSM will catch him off. The help. And that's going to be a pistol round victory for Fluxo. They desperately need here, Nate. Without that victory, Fluxo would have been up a creek. In significant trouble. INTZ. That is a big win to find. A massive... for INTZ, it's a big one they needed to find to really establish themselves further in this half, where they only have about a 40% win rate. It's not very possible. It's not the best. Let's put it that way. It's very possible Fluxo can just run away with this half.
It's very possible. But INTZ, I think the right priority there was the bomb plant. I think that was the best you could make of a 1v2 situation. And it does give them that force buy now. They have an AK on W1, 2 Galils on Glub and Leo Monster, and some pistols as well. The issue is this South American meta revolves entirely around rifles on the winning side. There's no trifling with SMGs. It's 80% rifles, all of them being A1Ss, and that makes this a very difficult proposition for INTZ on the force buy. The A1S of Phelps spams away through the smoke, but little success there. There we go. Second time around, it's a little bit more damage. Third time around, no. Is another miss. INTZ trepidatious on the cross, but they do get by with all 5 players. It's one player down below, Lukowski. He has had a heater of a series thus far, but to find more than a couple would be massive. This is a one and done spot. He'll find the first, the second. There we go. Well played. The best it could be in that kind of spot. Advantage secured, 4 versus 3. Desh has yet to find an upgrade for himself either. Eventually find that Galil. But INTZ now up the creek without a battle. Next to no map control. Next to no information. Only 30 seconds left. Phelps in Big Garage finds one. Second player is not quick enough on the trade either. Phelps second. Yep, finds that. Dink down. He is eventually traded, but Club, again, too much to do and not enough time. He's caught by history in the outside yard. 10-7. Fluxo do convert their pistol round victory.
Big conversion for Fluxo. That's going to be something that they can try and build off of. And really turn this into a winnable situation where they can take this series. Have a date with either 0-0 Nation or 9Z. And that would be a huge victory for them as well. That would be something which they have been trying and striving for a very long time. Now they finally have the opportunity to do so. VSM, that's 3 big ones on the anti-eco farm. Goes for the ace, and he gets it with the sidearm. P2000 users on top. M4A4, noisy setup. Fluxo within 2 of their opposition here now. As they close that gap more and more. But here comes the first real test. The AK's up for INTZ. How do they respond?
How do they respond? That is the question. It does feel like a sink or swim, a litmus test, if you will. They don't win this rifle round, and it could very quickly be a lost cause. It could be Fluxo just running away with it at that stage. The bonus round MP9 for Phelps. 4 rifles surrounding, one of them being an AK, 3 of them being M4s. Bob's trying to get cheeky with the one-way. We're towards red. They'll get some damage, but not the kill. Phelps is in the outside yard with an MP9 box.
Normally where you put the MP9 unless it's a very aggressive play like Africa or pushing up towards boxes, but we'll see if we can make it work. Playing garage or credit cards with an MP9, not exactly ideal. So he's gonna get tested here. 3 players from INTZ getting ready to move. On the fly, long cross smokes going down. 1 towards garage and then the 2 towards mini and credit cards, walling off that cross towards secret. Spray coming in from the MP9 does nothing. That's why the MP9 outside doesn't really work out too well.
Doesn't, but I like this play that 3 in the outside yard to challenge from Fluxo. Lukowski finds 1, Lub though a trade. This only works if you can stall for the smokes and then survive. And well, they did not do a good job of the second part. 2 players fall, Phelps and Lukowski. But INTZ have been funneled in towards mini history, and the meanwhile drops 1. Woody lines up 2. And INTZ has stalled whatever momentum they had in this round. 1v3 for W1. He's walking in towards Hut. Or towards Squeaky, excuse me. He's expected as well. He'll pass the first test. Good kill onto Woody. Second player Mustang. Unexpected, but he still gets the kill. Okay, VSM now has a hefty advantage, but it's a 1 versus 1. Just enough time for the plant. The plant does come through. VSM gets the kill, sure, but that money for W1 is a massive boon. It cannot be overstated.
It cannot be overstated. Still, 1 round now going to separate these 2 teams. And issues are rising significantly now for Fluxo, or for INTZ. They have not been able to stabilize anything. They've not been able to get a single round on this T side so far. Yes, they can buy up again. Yes, they can get AKs. But now history has the op. The MP9 is no longer going to be an outer yard factor. Things are starting to look so much better for the Fluxo side. Things are consistently looking up for them, consistently looking down for INTZ. And yes, this should be a Fluxo series. This should be a Fluxo map. And Phelps makes it even more so in this round. But it's just the nature of the opportunities which INTZ have given themselves that you almost have to feel a bit disappointed with how this half has gone so far from them. And the fact they haven't called a timeout either is a bit of a question mark.
It really is. This would have been a perfect time to call it. It was a 1v3. How did we get there despite finding those opening successes onto Phelps and his teammate in the outside yard? I think it was Lukowski as well. Op of history boosted up. Where's it on the stairs? I can't really tell. My depth perception is failing me. Finds 1. He's on the stairs. Falls away after finding Desh. 5v3 secured, and INTZ just being picked apart slowly but surely. Again, nothing going their way. Lukowski in the vents finds 1. Fades away, furthering it even more. Smothering Fluxo. INTZ caught beneath. W1 lurking out in the yard, and the player towards Decon. Spotted. History. Just going to prevent the plant at this point. W1 can't even find a single kill with the novelty of positioning. And Leo Monster sent into the cooling waters by history. 10-10 tied ball game, and Fluxo every advantage at this point in the game.
Every advantage in here is the tactical timeout from INTZ, but there's a problem with this, Nate. And that problem is the fact that it comes in a round where they will not have a full buy.
The round probably would have been perfect for it. I don't know why we don't see it then. Maybe they panicked, they lost it so easily. They looked lost. It would have been ideal to have it in the last round. Maybe they needed it, and then they saw the round and like, oh, it's an issue. Either way, either use it the round prior or save it for the following. Don't use it now. Don't use it on a half buy. Actually, you know what? Tech 9 and Armor could make sense for a timeout.
It could. But I feel like it would have been better to use than the previous.
Oh, certainly. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt here. Let's see what they can do with these pistols. If they go for more of the same, if they go for more outside yard control slowly but surely, they don't throw caution to the wind, then I'm questioning everything. But if they can show us a different look, then I will say it's okay.
Phelps ready to mow down here. He's flashed, he's forced away, he still manages one plus half damage on another before he's run down by Lub. The flashbang's not yielding an easy enough kill on the opening duels. W1 creeping out to first fence. Lukowski caught unawares. Tech 9 will finish him off. Woody working his way through, runs right into W1 and takes him down, trades it back to a 3v3. History in towards Hell, working around the ladder, trying not to get spotted as Woody keeps an eye up top, looking for the players to jump on down towards his site. Take smoke been thrown. Woody looking too many different angles, might get timing. Has Bobs jumping right down on him, one but not the second onto Lub. History's on the fast flank though, and he can go up the ladder. He will do just that. Bomb will get attempted and will go down. Where is the last? It's not planted for Dash at all. He's so far removed. It's just a tap by History before he peeks out into the open. Dash looking the wrong way, going back to the right way. History's just running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to find the last man. VSM comes in from the rafters. His guardian angel arrives, and Fluxo take a lead at a very long last. That is 6 straight on the CT side. Not a single victory for INTZ here. Despite plants here and there, close situations, they cannot come up with a win.
They can find everything but a win. They've gotten, I think, a 1v1 set a couple times. They've gotten bomb plants. They just can't get it across the line. That was so close as well. He's not playing all the way up on the other side of the silo before finally being spotted. If he just took the initiative and got the duel a little bit earlier, he could have gotten a rifle, could have gotten away, and had a really serious chance in a 1v1, but instead, he loses the round at the very end. Desh, holding for the aggression, does find an opening, does find an opportunity, an advantage, furthers it with a third. 4 versus 2, Lukowski and History both in towards A, both desperately trying to regain control of this round. Finding the first is History, but W1 and Dash find the answers in response. The op of Dash has come alive in a critical juncture. 4 kills for it in that round, and that brings them back into the server. It brings INTZ back into the game, tied ball game at 11 apiece.
Tie ball game, first round in this half for INTZ, and it comes at a very critical juncture. If they would have lost it, it would have put Fluxo on the fast track to victory. Now INTZ still have a chance to claw their way back in, get themselves rolling. Dash with that off, big plays coming through from him. History has one to counter. Lukowski going down the vents, just dodges the spray from W1, who continues to go a bit forward. Lub waiting for aggression out towards lobby, bombs at our yard. All this ramp control though, VSM can shut it down, and he'll stop it with a Molotov, thrown well timed. Smoke onto it as well to buy more time. It's going to force INTZ back into lobby, back towards A, to the op of History, who goes a little premature and misses the second opportunity. Doesn't even take a shot onto W1. Opportunity arising for Fluxo here, or for INTZ, excuse me. Fluxo might just be caught out. Good flash for Lub. Woody blinded, forced behind the silo, but INTZ audibling back towards B. Going back and forth, they're waffling, but they have the time to do it. And what a time to do it as well in terms of how important this round is. Oh, is this a
free ramp take? Yeah. VSM totally left the ramp. Let his player from A site go down, I believe, or that player outside yard. And so now it's a free ramp. Bob's out in the yard, drops VSM. Now will come the A site take. Is an empty bomb site. Woody, Phelps, and Lukowski left to retake against a full fleet of players. And where are they? They're down below B.
Saving.
They're saving their weapons. There's no doubt at this point. The rifles, the M4s will be brought into the following. But INTZ, killer reads, killer plays as the individuals come alive. And they again begin to reestablish their lead. It's 2 rounds in a row.
2 big rounds in a row from INTZ as well. Individual shining, and then this last one, they kind of just outread Fluxo. They get a couple of picks, they work off of it, and they just run Fluxo into the ground. Woody, Phelps, and Lukowski, nothing left to do but save. No other option, really. No utility. Foolhardy retake towards the A site. No money left over. This way, They can drop an M4 to history. VSM can buy himself. And they can still have something resembling a full buy. It's a very awkward spot for Fluxo to find themselves in. They had it. They had so much going for them. 6 rounds straight. But INTZ have countered with 2 of their own, regained their lead. They have buys. They have money now built up too. And Fluxo are on a knife's edge. 13 rounds, spells reset. 14 most likely. And that's where things get real ugly. Good spam by Phelps though. Massive damage done to W1 and Lub. Both players down to half HP. That should make things a lot easier, but Phelps eats a nade, and W1 gives INTZ the opening frag again.
Lub down below, those totally expected. VSM unseats him. That is the heavy hitter for INTZ taken down. Keep in mind, I didn't even realize Lub is 10 kills above his next closest teammate. 27 kills for him.
Jeez.
The next closest is W1 at 17. VSM, of course, the top frag for Fluxo. He's been their star for this whole day at this point. And INTZ, a very niche play, wrapping around outside, looking to go towards heaven. History's here, waiting. He doesn't get the kill. He's at backup. He'll try to fake it, try to fake the drop, hopefully compel them into his compatriots' crosshair. But no, Bobs wins that duel. History on below does not fare any better. It's 2 kills for INTZ going unchallenged. Woody on site has support from VSM defense, sure, but they have a lot to find, a lot to do. 1 and 2 secured. Bomb dropped onto the A site. That makes things disastrous. W1, he's the hero his team needs. He gets the clutch in the end. A 1v2 as he swings through mini. INTZ hanging on by the slimmest of margins.
3 immense kills from W1. You can call him W3 because he's getting W's for INTZ. Timeout used by the very same team as well. Interesting to call a timeout after success, but that one was a round that almost slipped out of their hands, so I can see it. It does make sense. Fluxo as well, gonna have to go for a half buy here. Deagles, MP9, Phelps, maybe a P250 and a flashbang. Gonna be an ugly buy for Fluxo. INTZ, they might just get Fluxo right where they want them. Nade for Phelps, and what else will he purchase? Maybe nothing. But INTZ want to leave nothing to chance. They call their timeout. They debate what needs to be done. Then Desh. Got a Tech 9. Will he go op? Will he go AK? He goes in for the op. It's dropped to him. INTZ. How important is this round for them? This could spell survival. This could spell a chance to take on 9Z or 00 Nation. Woody mowed down. The one with the MP9, arguably the most powerful weapon they had purchased, is gone first without a single bit of a response.
Big start for INTZ, inching ever closer to penultimate series point. They're just slowing things down. They want to starve Fluxo. They know they're on a compromised investment. They want to make the CT side desperate. Fluxo holding the ground on the outside of the yard. They know how influential and important these wraps have been. But INTZ are making the right call, just clearing out A, at least the right side of A. Bringing back old vents, smoking mini. Not necessarily committing yet. They want Fluxo to go probing. It's a very different look from INTZ. W1 might just find one walking to the crosshair. 2, in fact, he'll catch the first, spots the second, gets the information. Smoke goes down, and now the site dig will come through. They're comfortable with the lead they've built. 5 versus 3. Free reign of the A side as well. VSM, he might find a gift to the smoke via the spam, but even that seems unlikely at this stage.
Maybe Lukowski saves his armor. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Everybody else should be going for kills, for exits, for guns. Looking for an upgrade. Phelps playing around. VSM creeping in towards lobby. Lukowski, he is saving his Kevlar. Bob up the ladder. That's what Phelps was waiting for.
Ooh.
Gun drops down. VSM with a nice little parting gift. He might even get another. They cross it. He gets the wall bang headshot, but he can't quite get the kill. Phelps now with an AK saved into the next round, presumably as INTZ do not want to feed the beast anymore. That's not too shabby, considering what Fluxo came into the round with. It's not bad
Get a
at
rifle
all.
on Phelps. They save the Kevlar for Lukowski. Both players bring something useful into the following. INTZ, though, they have that 14th. They're 2 away from closing it. And this is a very important timeout. Fluxo, using their first of this map, should have a decent enough buy. They'll scrounge together a solid number of rifles. FAMAS from Woody definitely hurts. But if there's a player you want on the FAMAS, it would be Woody. And other than that, they do have a solid backing. Op, AK, M-Force. Sure, the FAMAS hurts, but it's serviceable.
It is serviceable. It can do some damage. It can even manage a couple of kills. I've seen
Better than
FAMAS
Phelps on the
aces
MP9
before.
outside. That's what I'll say.
Yes.
It's better than the MP9 outside from Phelps. We saw that. That made us. That did make me cringe. I'll say here.
Again.
Say
Oh. Play Africa. Play Cleave. Play something aggressive with it if you're going to go outside. Don't play credit cards with an MP9. It ain't going to work.
Especially not spamming through the smoke. That is quite the play. Phelps finds one. W1, though, trades immediately in response. It's a chaotic start. Bob's an aggressive play outside towards Mini. History, though, up top at ramp could be the one to find the next opening instead. This boost is played well. History finds the kill. Second player does get across.
On the jump. Because you see him adjust his aim.
It's true. Might have. Knows that was a boost as well. This play from Bob's, though, is everything. This is INTZ's chance at a 15th. First found. Second, more important, Lukowski back towards old fence is caught by Bob's as well. Bomb plant will go down back sight, and the advantage has been secured. History and VSM 2v3. VSM has to find one. If he doesn't, the op is going to be sent to reeling. Pressure's on. VSM. There's one person you want to be your hero. It would be him. He's mollied off. He's forced back. And he's caught. Leo Monster finds that. And the round's history. He's going to save the op. VSM's molly does find one eventually, but it's the 15th. INTZ have done it. They are this close. They are one round away from upsetting the number 2 seed in this tournament and a major attending team.
I would arguably say the number 1 seed at this tournament, given their success at the RMR. Parting gift will not work. History eliminated. No AWP unless Woody glass cannons. He will not instantly armor M4. Fluxo, there are these handy dandy little things called tactical timeouts. If there was a time for them to use one, it would be now.
They just used one in the round prior and it didn't work out. Might as well try it, but
yeah. They've got one chance to stay alive. One. It couldn't be worse than not using it. Phelps aggressive outside around that smoke. Bob waiting for him. Clears Africa, spots Phelps, but loses that fight. Something good for Fluxo at long last. Phelps falls away. VSM at a ramp will win his duel as well. 4 rounds to get to overtime for Fluxo. Lub clearing up ramp. Leo in towards Mini. Runs into Phelps, who goes down. Oh, this is getting interesting. This is getting real interesting, but dash. Only one. Lub trades it. 1v3 with 50 HP. Not likely. Not with Lukowski. We see another round of Nuke. And Fluxo, they stay alive.
keep 3 alive as well. Means their economy can begin to balance a little bit. Still going to be beleaguered. But they'll spread the love as best they can. I think they'll have full rifles at the very least. No FAMASs, hopefully. INTZ, though, no problem investing on their side of the equation either. Desh has the op 4 AK surrounding. A little bit of a lack of utility on Lub. But it's enough to get the job done. Keep in mind, Lub, an absolute hero, is at 29. He's approaching 30 very quickly. What is the T-side play? What is the Phelps play? Because Phelps has been quiet throughout the day. He's going to go for even more aggression in the outside yard, this time towards red around the one-way.
Slow, methodical pace from INTZ. They want to leave nothing to chance. Phelps, awaiting, looking, and praying. He needs more kills. He needs more rounds. He needs to survive and stay alive. Smoke wall goes down. He knows what that means, but INTZ. Oh, there was a gap. That was not counted as a smoke kill.
A little gap at the edge. He saw the feet of Phelps. Woody. And VSM. And Luke. In fact, there's 3 players here. Leo finds a trade, but Woody doubles down, finding 2. This is a round for him to wake up on. W1 lurking around, finds nothing. History drops him, and Woody has escaped in the meanwhile back towards B. 2 versus 3 for Lub and Desh. They molly the back of sight, but the players, in fact, up top. And VSM, this flank is so important. It finds 1, leaving just Lub again in the 1v3. He'll find 1. Good start. A second not meant to be. 7 HP, 13 seconds. No bomb on his back either. Woody takes him down, trying to exit the smoke. Fluxo stay alive just a little bit longer. And 2 rounds separate them from overtime here on map number 3.
And now another 4th and final timeout used by INTZ. They don't really have a buy either. They should half it at best. Why use it now? Why not wait 1 more? Oh my. Nate. The panic, it's ensuing. It's setting in. What can they do with the Tech 9
It's an MP9
Deagles?
again. It's going to be a desperate buy. They actually, no, it's a Galil.
This works.
If they go outside yard, they could exploit Phelps, who's again on an MP9. I think I like INTZ going slow in that last round, changing up the pace, changing things up, starving their opponents of information. The issue was they went just a little bit too slow. It allowed the rotations to come through. Fluxo made the right reads while not compromising their defense on A. INTZ. This pause leads to a half buy, as you mentioned. Galil, 2 Tech 9s, a P250, actually a pair of P250s, no Deagles present. Leo Monster has to be the hero. He has to open things up. He has the Galil. He has Phelps up close on a metaphorical platter. And VSM caught with an 8-out is run down. That is an oversight. Woody tries to find a trade from the elbow, but he finds nothing on the dropping players. He will dance with 1. Phelps on the MP9 has to come in huge. He'll find the first, History a second, another for the MP9. Finally played to its strengths in Phelps' hands, and Lukowski drops Dash as well. It leaves just Leo. He was a little bit too late on the flank. And he now finds himself in a 1 versus 4. He has to at least find some damage here. He'll just lurk around. The issue is he has no bomb, and all of these CT defenders are eagerly defending it.
Leo looking to engage, does get 1. It's Phelps low HP still, but it's a very tough task. It's almost impossible to pull this one off. He's working his way down, looking for another victim. Swaps to an M4A4 and continues his march down the ramp. The march on the Jedi Temple here for Leo. He's shut down by Lukowski. We go all 30. We go the distance here. And now, it's a buy. No op for Desh, just an AK. AKs across the board. Utility is plenty. Fluxo, they've got 3 out of 4. 1 more, and we hit overtime. This one might just be the most difficult of them all. Because INTZ just really need 1 more round. That's all they need. You can fluke your way into a round victory at this point.
Anything. Just 1 more. No matter what comes from a hero play, desperate clutch, a technicality. Any sort of victory gets them across the line. Leo trying to be hero, lurking in towards the garage is caught. History spams him away. And that is an opening for Fluke, so they might have done it. That might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. That might be the straw that gets them to overtime. There'll be 1, Lub, Desh, and Bobs. Grasping a straw, this player jump spotting Bobs, can't find the headshot. He'll actually lurk around, I like this. Might go up the vents to support his teammates on A split, if you want to call it that. I actually quite like this. W1, lurking up towards door. Our 2 players here, Woody and his teammate towards Mini. All top will come in. Lukowski and Woody to defend. Woody finds the first, a good start. A second found by Lukowski. They combine fire, and it was an interesting idea from INTZ, but it falls flat. The player outside yard is completely ineffectual, and Bob's lurking down in the halls is equally so. It leaves Lub, the hero, 31 kills to his name. A 1 versus 5 would be his magnum opus in the series. The question is it even possible? No, is the answer. 15-15. It is Fluxo who pull off the comeback, and we now have overtime on our hands, Boggs.
Overtime here on the third and final map. And in true Counter-Strike fashion, we do get extra Counter-Strike when it comes down to the last round, or to the last map. But INTZ have really slid hard in the last 4 rounds. Fluxo, they had a good start, a good finish to the map. They just couldn't have the middle. And if they can continue their momentum from the last few rounds into this half and go on to T side where they still are strong, they can do it. They just need to get 2 rounds out of this first half. I mean, that's your general desire, right? Out of any overtime is get 2 rounds of the first half. Ideally 3, but 2 is more likely. Fluxo do that. They should be well on their way to victory here. And really making a very sickening feeling for INTZ, who should have had this. They had so many opportunities. And the fact that we're even in overtime is far from ideal for INTZ.
Hopefully it doesn't shake their confidence, though. Hopefully they have a new look to show, but the look has gotten quite old at this stage. History finally has his op out as well for the CT side of Fluxo. Bob's working outside, will find or spot nothing. However, the first contact does come in towards the lobby. Lukowski finds one Phelps, a second. Lukowski a third. This aggressive play, the aggressive smoke towards Squeaky Door yields tremendous success for Fluxo as they are well on their way to an advantage at long last. They've been absent from the leaders column for quite a while, but they finally return. Desh and Lub. 2v5. Not a point of damage, not a lick of damage done to Fluxo. History should have this tag, if not the bag. Oh, a miss. Phelps, though, drops Lub in the meanwhile. It's the op. Desh. He'll win the Opera's duel, sure, but that's for pride. It's not for the round. 1v4. The shot. No chance. VSM takes him down from the window. He's at 30 kills now as well. Rapidly catching up to Lub. And Fluxo, they do get that aforementioned lead.
Fluxo back in the lead. Desh with another op. INTZ, though, struggling to get anything done. They don't even have a timeout to do now. So this is getting a little more rough. Lukowski has the Molotov smoked. He's sitting up top of hut. A little bit of nade damage chunking away at Fluxo, but it's just a little bit of chip, all things considered. A combined 14 damage is nothing really much to write home about. Phelps back in garage, his usual haunts outside. It's Lukowski up top hut, which will definitely be interesting. W1 looking for an opening. He's been good, but Lub has really been the top of the scoreboard. 31 and 21, one in both aisles over VSM. Needs to be more from both sides, though. Fluxo, at the very least, having more work working for them. VSM, another very odd play out towards ramp. Almost gets punished for it, but he's able to back away. History's op will not get fought. INTZ not wanting to take that risk. And down to B they go. The doors are opened. And History has found his opener.
Big opening to find it again as INTZ just oscillate back up and down the ramp. History here, totally unexpected. He finds one walking. Lub does drop VSM in the meanwhile, but he's low on HP. Lukowski finishes him off. So 1v4 again for Dash the Opera. He'll get the bomb. 25 seconds left, though. Not nearly enough. History takes him down. 3 for him on the op. He's finally woken up. It's been a long day for him, but he has entered the server, and he is here to shut INTZ down.
One more round in this half of overtime. 2 more rounds for victory for Fluxo. INTZ being shut out right now, unable to do anything at all. Oh, this is really starting to turn away from INTZ. They had their opportunities. They had their chances. Nades in, Woody on site first, and not the second. He gets CSGO.
Team kill.
Lob gets this team kill onto Leo as history takes down W1. Lob and Dash, now just Dash, as this is an INTZ being dashed against the rocks. Fluxo to 18, all 3 rounds of the half. 1 more required, and they take victory. They stay alive, and most likely play against 0-0 Nation as 9Z is up 12-4 is our little score alert on that other matchup in this one. 9Z looking like they want to wait in the grand final. Only have to play 1 BO3 tomorrow. Oh, Nate. It's collapse from INTZ. I thought Fluxo's drop off towards the tail end of that first half was bad, or second half was bad. But they turned it on in INTZ. They're barely able to get a kill.
Love is so desperate he's team killing his teammates.
No kidding.
Tells you the dire straits we're in. 18-15, 3 series points for Fluxo. I have to imagine they will not let this one fall by the wayside. Good chip damage from both sides of the equation. Phelps, though, is now waking up as well, in addition to history on the op. It's the first kill found, and the bomb plant secured as well towards B. It's going belly up for INTZ, as they're just trying desperately to stay alive at this point. 4 versus 5, they take no reason to save here. Leo, sure, he'll find a trade. He'll tie things up at 4 versus 4, but Cowsy, this flank is so good. Flank is so timely. VSM drops Leo Monster. Lub in the vents. Does hear Lukowski dropping, but VSM the meanwhile finds W1. Lub trades history, drops Dash. It's a 1v2 for Lub. He's going to stick the defuse out of sheer desperation, but it's not going to come through. The flash and the kill, 19-15. Fluxo, an immaculate comeback. What was it, 11-15? 8 in a row, and they secure it. They stay alive in the series. INTZ, they can hold their heads high. They took it toe-to-toe against a very highly ranked adversary, but in the end, they have to be kicking themselves.